What's going on? We back with the Boxing Clinic and more, giving our final thoughts on Dillian Whyte taking on Joesph Parker. If you haven't watched one of our final thought videos, it's kind of, talking about the weigh-in a little bit, and then give our final 2 cents about the fight. All right, we do breakdown predictions on Monday. I'll leave this prediction video into the description so you can go back and watch it. Dillian Whyte, looks sloppy again, man. Look a little bit chunky. He came in at 258 pounds, I believe it was. And Joesph Parker came in a few pounds heavier than when he fought Joshua at 242 pounds. I think he came in like 236 versus Joshua. And he looked physically more fit than Dillian Whyte. And that's obvious to see here. Dillian Whyte, I don't know why he's getting so high in weight. But that's what he feel comfortable at. Remember he was about to fight one of the fights he was about to fight, I can't remember. Yeah, he's about to fight I think it was Malcolm Tan over here in America on a Crawford and Dongo undercard last year. Yeah, we've been working out on Instagram and I like he going hard and he show up like 265 pounds. I'm like, I don't get it, man. You gotta have some type of discipline if you really, really want to be an elite boxer, an elite athlete. And he don't have no discipline. He don't have no real diet. You can just tell. There's no way he should be at 260 or 250 or nothing like that. That dude should be somewhere like 220, 230, right in there. No more than 235. That's what more of the classic heavyweights were at, about 220, 215, 220, 225. But hey, it is what it is. It's a new generation. Athletes get bigger, stronger, quicker, and faster. All right. We'll straight weigh in. I'm not fond of it being pay-per-view over there in the UK. And a lot of the UK people, shout out to Porky's Corner, he's not happy with it being pay-per-view. He called it the worst pay-per-view in the history of UK boxing. So, said it was worse than Anthony Joshua, Eric Molina. So, hey, that is what it is, all right? But as far as the fight, I think it's going to be competitive. Like I said, if you want to call it a bum bash, I think it's a battle between C fighters. And I think sometimes if you get, 2 average fighters or below average or, a bum bash, however you want to call it. When I say bum, I don't mean like a bum, terrible, can't do nothing. Just a word for saying not so good of a fighter, in my opinion, okay? But if you get that type of fight, usually it produces fireworks. It gives you a better outcome and a better, more action-packed than you get from the elite level fights. The elite level pay-per-view, $60, $70, $80 fights, they usually don't deliver. They don't deliver. You always feel like you got gypped for your buck. They don't never be great fights. And I think, this could be one of those type of average level fights that could produce fireworks. You know what I'm saying? Dillian Whyte is a good body puncher. Other than that, I don't really see the skill in Dillian Whyte. I think Joesph Parker is a more skilled fighter when you're talking about boxing ability, but he's scared to get hit. You know what I'm saying? He braces for hits and trying to avoid hits at all, and getting hit at all costs, and not even thinking about transition from defense to offense. You know what I'm saying? He's not thinking about counter. He's just thinking about protecting his jaw. And if Anthony Joshua had any type of ability and or a skill level to close the distance and cut the ring off on Parker, and actually, if he wasn't scared to get hit himself, he could have gotten Parker up out of there. And I think Dillian Whyte is more confident into closing the distance and trying to get Parker out of there. I think Dillian Whyte is going to press the attack. I think he's going to try to come forward and make the fight. And I think eventually, right, wrong, or neutral in between, however you feel about guys that come forward, I think they're going to score the fight for Dillian Whyte off his aggression, unless Joesph Parker sits down and delivers some offense. Joesph Parker offense is overrated. He looked good in the gym, hitting the bag and hitting the double end bag and hitting the pass and stuff of that nature. But when it comes to real action and fighters throwing back at him, he always go defensive. You know what I'm saying? He's like a dog that's been abused and every time or had a traumatic incident in his life. And he go every time he hear a noise, a thunder, or lightning, somebody yell, he go hide up under a chair or go run in the basement and go hide. You know what I'm saying? That's Joesph Parker. It seemed like he had a traumatic incident in boxing, because he's scared to get punched in the face. He's scared to take a hit, and that's why I'm picking Dillian Whyte. I think the UK owes Joesph Parker one for robbing. They giving him a gift versus Hifi, and I think that they're going to deliver the death blow to Joesph Parker. And if Dillian Whyte can stay on his feet, press the attack, come forward, land some shots, Joesph Parker going to move around the ring and start boxing and moving and trying to avoid punishment from Dillian Whyte and try to box. He might outbox him in the eyes of hardcore and purist boxing fans. But if Dillian Whyte presses forward and makes the fight, they're going to give it to Joesph Parker. And Parker going to try to cry and say he got robbed. But he did the same thing for versus Hifi. He pressed the fight and wasn't, he wasn't effective in his press versus Hifi. He didn't land anything significant. But they gave him the fight based on the fact that he came forward. So he's not going to be able to argue that. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, like I said, I'm going to link the breakdown prediction video in the description so you can see how I feel about the fight in whole. But I just feel that Dillian Whyte is going to edge him. Split decision, I believe I picked. I think he's going to edge him. He might get a gift here, but, Joesph Parker can't complain. But don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all on social media. All those links are in the description. The prediction videos in the description I did Monday as well. Check that out. We got the new Raw and Uncut, the podcast featuring me and the Cali Enigma. That link is in the description. You go over to Castbox, download the app, or do it through web browser. You can sign up with your Facebook or Google account. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, okay? Easy. It's Raw and Uncut, it's triple rated R. Don't play around with kids. It's, real talk, not even real boxing, real political talk, stuff we can't get on the YouTube because of their community guidelines and the way they treat certain channels, all right? But go there, check that podcast out, sign up, subscribe to us, comment, and let us know. Man, we moving really, really fast, so make sure you're part of that. Don't forget to share the videos, share them everywhere, Twitter, Instagram, your mom, your granddad. You tell somebody about the boxing clinic. Subscribe. Make sure you do that. Hit the bell icon so you won't miss another video. One time for the one time. Y'all know what it is. We gone.